Yo, what's up guys? My name is MOONBOY and today we're making UK garage. Let's do this. UKG is one of the most influential genres in EDM. It's heavily focused on rhythm, often shaping even vocals to a percussive pattern. There's honestly so many amazing artists. I'll have to do a rapid fire. People in UK just really know how to innovate EDM. So today we're going to be making a blend of all these styles with a beautiful yet energetic UK garage track. Step 1 is the drums. I'm going to be using Ableton, but you can follow along in any DAW. Now garage is typically around 130 BPM, and of course we need high quality drum samples for this. So let's use my newest free drum kit. Now there's two main patterns in garage. The classic two-step drum pattern, starting with the kick, a clap or a snare on the second beats, an open hat on the off beats, and of course garage is very rhythmic, so the hats are going to be doing a swing. Let's change the grid by right clicking. You can give a hat swing by placing it slightly off the beat. Now let's duplicate this pattern and make a slight variation. We can add a second kick. Sick. Now we have an amazing two-step garage drum pattern. Now to convert this to a 4x4 pattern, we simply put the kick on every downbeat. And we can slightly adjust the hats as well. That's sick. Drums are done. You can download my drum samples for free in the description below and follow along this tutorial. Some bonus tips.
So garage, the most characteristic thing is the skip, the quantize, the swing. Rhythmically, a lot of pushes. In a two-step thing, it might boom, there's these pushes kind of before the third beat.
All right, now for step number 2. Synth number 1. Starting with a saw wave, we're gonna add a filter. Let's add an automation to the cutoff of the filter by clicking and dragging LFO1 to the cutoff. And let's drag this marker. Make sure to click envelope. It's pretty good for now. Let's add some release. And I'm gonna add some more voices to the saw. I'm gonna add the random down so it's not so different every time I play it. And we're gonna add some simple effects like hyperdimension. That's pretty good for now. Now it's really important to start with a great chord progression. Garage is very focused on rhythm, whether it's a swing or triplets. So our main progression is gonna have some swing to it. We're gonna write the song in F major and we're gonna do a 1-4-2 progression. We can press this arm button on the MIDI track so we can play it on our MIDI keyboard. And then we press record right here and whatever we play will record into the MIDI track. If you didn't play it perfectly, don't worry, we can fix the MIDI right here. We can press Command J to consolidate this MIDI file, and then we can press Command U to quantize it. We want the swing, but we don't want it to be too offbeat, you know? So I'm just gonna quickly fix up this MIDI. Now we have our groove. We have our F major chord, B flat major, and G minor. Again, garage is all about rhythm. Let's get creative and create new different rhythms for other parts of the song. We can do something cool by grabbing like the top notes and maybe just making it slightly offbeat. That's so nice. We can modify the automation on the filter to emphasize the groove. It'd be kind of nice to automate this parameter right here too. Pro tip, making your synth more organic. Now we can make this even more organic by having this filter randomized slightly after every note. If we right click this parameter right here, put modulate X to note on random. Now if we go into the matrix right here, we can change the amount that is randomized. Now every time it's playing, it's a bit more organic, so it's never like the same. Leave a like if you're enjoying this masterclass so far. Make sure to leave a comment on what you want to see next. I'm gonna start giving shout outs. This is our first one. Synth number 2, the counter melody. I'm gonna use one of my plug presets from my newest pack. This is a great way to add more complexity and make your song more interesting. Now the next synth we're gonna make is the respace. We can make a really simple respace by adding some voices. Turn the detune down a little bit. Turn the cutoff down. Now we're gonna play the bass notes of the chord progression. You can adjust the detune to your liking. Make sure to add mono and legato. And then you can turn the porta up, so when you play different notes, it slides. This just makes it more smoother. Sounds so good. Now, if you struggle with making good chord progressions, don't worry, I got you. In my newest production suite, I've included tons of incredible chord progressions and melodies ranging from all styles. You can easily drag and drop and throw on one of my presets and you're good to go. You have a full song to work with. You can learn more about it in the description below. Step number 3, the vocals. It's incredibly important to have a unique and catchy vocal to give the vibe of your track. Recently, I've been working with some of the most talented vocalists for my new project Trinity. We've been recording acapellas, melodies, harmonies. I'm gonna grab one of these vocals for this track.
There's no one like you.
So there's many creative styles we can choose from when it comes to bending and shaping these vocals. We can do a big choir effect.
There's no one like you.
Or we can shape vocals with a rhythm. Adding effects and rhythm to vocals like this beautifully brings life to electronic music. Here is how to do the infinite vocal choir effect. First, we choose the vocal we want to affect.
There's no one like you.
Then we're gonna add some space to this vocal by adding some reverb. We're gonna make the reverb longer. I'm gonna cut some of the low frequencies of this reverb. That sounds really nice. Let's also add some delay to fill out the empty spaces. That sounds so good. Next, we're gonna record these effects and turn it to audio. Let's open a new audio track by pressing Command T. This is what we're gonna record on. Next, on the right side of Ableton, make sure this option is ticked on, and then go from X in to resampling mode. Now this track will record whatever's playing. Click the arm button, and now let's hit record.
There's no one like you.
Now that we have our vocal effect, we're going to open up a new MIDI track by pressing Command Shift T, and then we're gonna open up Sampler. And let's drag the audio we recorded into Sampler. Let's bring up the volume. So now we can play on our keyboard the vocal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna infinitely loop this through the sampler. Click this back and forth sustain mode. Let's drag this loop region to a smaller amount. So now you can hear it clicking, so we're gonna crossfade it to smooth it out. Now we have... We can even loop different areas of the vocal and come up with some interesting effects. I'm gonna loop the U. Okay, this sounds so good so far. Now let's step it up a notch and let's shape the volume a bit, adding some rhythm and make it a bit percussive. I'm gonna be using auto pan for this. Let's turn the amount up, turn it on sync mode, bring the phase down so it's mono. Sounds nice so far. We can change the speed here, adjusting the phase to make it a bit more stereo. Let's create a ducking effect by changing this to a saw and inverting it. Let's make it slower. Sounds so cool. Now we can add some harmonies by duplicating this. And for the second one, we can just find a different spot. Oh my god, this is so nice. Okay, so we can start playing around and we can make the second one a different rhythm. We can even double up on the volume shaping. By the way, if you're loving how these vocals sound, I've recorded a giant library of incredible ethereal vocals like these, acapellas, vocal chops, vocal harmonies for my new project, Trinity. You can learn more about it in the description below. I'm also including tons of Serum effects presets that you can throw on vocals and synths, and it'll automatically bend and shape them in these kind of ways. For example, like this one. Ready to drag and drop so you can instantly have a vibe. Leave a like if you love vocal chops. Subscribe if you want to learn more techniques like these. I'm always learning new stuff and teaching it to you guys. You don't want to miss out on the next ones. Comment below what you want to see next. I appreciate you guys supporting.